The Slacker, a motivational pep talk by husbands and fathers. A Telegram page dedicated to motivating men to become the best husbands and fathers possible. Don't be the slacker. Don't be the guy that just sits on his phone the whole day, slacks at work, doesn't care about his family or friends, and just cares about his self-interest and pleasure. This type of guy is contemptible. He achieves nothing. He doesn't bring any value, and he cannot be a strong leader of his household. Such a man easily becomes domineered by his wife. Soon he finds himself in a situation where he is nagged without ceasing, where his own children don't respect him, and where his willingness to live quickly declines. Such a man soon finds that his bedroom becomes dead. His wife finds no interest in him, and mocks him to all her friends. Such a guy is looked down at wherever he goes. Everyone looks down on him due to his lack of discipline and passion for life. He quickly falls to the bottom of all hierarchies. This is unacceptable behavior for a man. A man should be strong, vigorous, and a leader, seeking to excel in everything he does, and always trying his hardest. He should never, ever slack. Slacking should be his worst nightmare. He should see it as his downfall. In fact, he should fear the slightest sign of him slacking. He should actively look for things to occupy himself with that will prevent him from falling into that deadly pit. A strong and vigorous man, a man worthy to be a man, is a man who cares about everything. He is always willing to do his best. His mind is continually occupied with thoughts and ideas on how he can bring value to others and serve them. His one nightmare in life should be not providing value to others, especially his spouse and family. This is an example of a day of a vigorous and strong man. He wakes up early, without snoozing his alarm clock, because he fears having an undisciplined start to his day. He says his morning prayers, and he proceeds to have a good and balanced breakfast, full of nutrients, that will give him fuel and energy for the rest of his day. He helps his wife as much as he can in the breakfast preparation for his children, and he helps her out as much as he can in everything that she does to prepare the kids for school. A strong and vigorous man seeks to take over as many duties as he can and contribute the most he can. He does this because he loves his wife. He loves his family. He loves helping others, and he fears becoming laxed. It is more pleasing to him to take on the family burdens himself than to see his wife tired out by his duties or his household falling into disorganization. The wise and vigorous man loves it when his house is clean, organized, and everything flows perfectly. At work, the strong and vigorous man goes out of his way to be the best employee he can. He does not take 100 coffee breaks, neither does he spend hours in the toilet just letting time pass. But he actively seeks to complete as much work as possible. He is kind to others. He is considerate. He seeks to bring value to the company. He wants to be the most competent employee in the whole company. He carefully keeps track of every task that needs to be done. He plans his tasks ahead, prioritizing them in the best way. He makes sure every task is being done to the absolutely highest quality. He gives more than is asked of him, and he does not slack. This attitude earns him confidence in his work, and confidence that he will be able to provide for his family in the coming years. Something which gives him immense pleasure and joy. Nothing gives him as much pleasure as being the breadwinner and leader of his household. This gives him the motivation to work so hard every day. His household, his wife, his family is everything to him. He wants to be the best for them. He wants to overcome every challenge for them. He wants his wife to be the best version of herself and his children all to grow up to be competent and virtuous individuals. Which means that he himself must show the way. When he gets home, he greets his wife and kids with the most powerful affection, passionately kissing his wife and hugging all of the kids. Straight away he seeks to take as much burden as possible away from the wife. He initiates tasks such as cooking and cleaning. Since he loves organization and household order so much, he helps with everything that needs to be done. After the meal, he does not lax and decide to go on his phone and waste the rest of his day. Instead, he grabs every opportunity to provide value. He will try and organize the house as much as possible. He will exercise to keep his body and mind healthy. And he will read beneficial literature that will help him become a better husband and father, and improve him physically, mentally, and spiritually. He does this because he is continually anxious to become the best husband and father he can be. When the time is right, he sits down with his wife and kids and talks to them about beneficial subjects. About faith, about discipline, about the love of the family, country, and friends. About providing value for everyone. About being the best person they can possibly be. For the boys, he encourages them to follow his example. A great example of dedication, sacrifice, and leadership. For the girls, he encourages them to follow their mother's example of loving family and kids above everything else in the world. He does this because he passionately wants to raise his kids the best way he can, and because he knows that the more time and effort he invests in their upbringing, the better life his kids will have. His wife also benefits from such sessions, and over time she becomes more feminine, more submissive and cooperative, and more willing to follow his strong leadership. At the end of the day, the strong and vigorous man puts down his phone, which he is unwilling to pick up during the day anyway, due to his fear of slacking, and sits down in peace, collecting his thoughts, thinking about where he could have improved during the day, and planning ahead for the coming days. weeks and months. A strong and vigorous man has everything in control, everything planned, and everything organized. He is ready for everything, any danger or threat. Finally, the strong and vigorous man says his evening prayers together with his family, and finally retreats to bed, mentally ready to start another productive, disciplined day of bringing value and serving his family and community. This is the difference between the strong man and the slacker. The strong man is loved by everyone, respected by everyone, valued by everyone. The slacker never stops being a teenager. He never stops being a child, and his wife sees that and starts mothering him. It is never too late to become the strong man your family needs. It is never too late to pick up your cross. It is never too late to become the captain, the king, the hero, the leader that you are meant to be. It is never too late to become the strong and vigorous man. If you like this recording and you want to see more similar material, please visit our page, Husbands and Fathers, on Telegram. If you want to support us, and in the future receive more material like this, also feel free to support us on our Patreon, link to which can be found on our Telegram channel.